Hey everybody, and welcome back to Greatest Good Tarot. Hope you're doing well and trying to keep out of mischief. It's very important if you can. That'd be lovely. This is a current events reading with a slight difference. What I really like about this channel is that we focus on different areas of the UK, different things happening in different areas, that kind of stuff. Focusing and highlighting things that may not necessarily be on the main horizon. This was submitted by Eddie. Hello, Eddie. And was talking about wind farms that were planning to be, or is in the process of being built on the Isle of Man. The only website I can find, look at this, look at us, we've got graphics now, expensive graphics, is that invited by the Isle of Man today here as one of the articles, because they what Eddie is saying is that they want to cut down a forest or a part of a forest to put these wind farms in place and stuff like that. So it's a little bit up in the air and all that kind of jazz. And I have a pet peeve about renewable energies, but not necessarily the way you may think. But first, if you are new here, hello, hi. This is one of four types of readings that we do here on this channel. This is a current events reading, very lovely indeed. We also do a timeless collective reading so that we can focus on our personal growth, personal development. We also do prediction readings, which are very popular. And for the Village Elite members, membership of this channel, they also get general vibes readings, which is, to be honest, is one of my favorites. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please click that subscribe button, dingling that bell, so you get notified when we post new videos. And click the like button and stuff like that. Thank you to everybody who's clicking the like button. It's really helping out this channel. It's so kind of you and very generous of you. And also I would like to say a big thank you to our new kind of little area of the village, all these beautiful boys and girls whom are sharing the videos on their kind of local forums or like little groups and whatnot. We shall call you the knights and dames of Spamalot. Beautiful stuff. So thank you so much indeed for your generosity and kindness. Please comment down below any suggestions for future readings that you would like to do. Like this one was a suggestion by Eddie. And let's get into it. So my pet peeve about renewables, specifically how the UK government is going towards it, is very much kind of like they have to be visual. So wind turbines. So people can see that like things are happening, right? Bearing in mind, in the last week or so, it's come to in the news, to people's attention that there's about over 1,000 projects currently built, currently allegedly generating electricity as I flap my face right now, that are not connected to the grid, and there is a 10 to 15 year waiting list, and yet they're still like, we are literally talking about yet another one that they're going to be building, which will not be added to the list until, see what I mean? It's just stupid. The other thing that's a pet peeve, and I will share this, because this here, for the new boys and girls, this here is entirely off-grid. This is entirely generated by solar panels, the power for the laptop, the lights, the camera, everything here, as you can see on this sexiness, all off-grid. Okay, coming to you, these videos are via Starlink and Daddy Elon Musk. We have to call him Daddy Elon mainly because it's part of the contract. It's in the T's and C's of signing up to Starlink. But yeah, so we're totally off grid. We're on a narrow boat on a river in the middle of nowhere. Okay, coming to you via satellite technology. And that's the reason why I like to keep my privacy, because we're on the canals and rivers and stuff like that, and basically where we're moored up is a public footpath, so we want to keep anonymity, our privacy. So that's one of the reasons why. Plus, we can also talk about slightly more serious and maybe possible controversial subjects, and it's like we can focus on the reading instead of who's saying it, the messenger, as it were. So, but yeah, so I'm living it. Okay. And one of my huge pet peeves is not diversifying renewable generation. And what I mean by that is, yes, we've got some solar panels in fields. Yes, we've got an absurd amount of wind turbines everywhere because everyone can see them. It's like, oh, look at us, we're being green. Even though a lot of them aren't connected to the grid, but oh, look at us, we're being green. However, every canal lock has a weir, and none of them are being used to generate hydroelectric. It's low-hanging fruit, for goodness sake. A majority of the year, it's just going to be like generating X amount of kilowatts, and quite frankly, if the fact that there is no incentive, no one is doing it, means that for me personally, you're never going to get to a balanced network, because the hydroelectric, during the months you need it, will be constant in the background, just generating consistently electricity. And then obviously the solar panels during the day, summer months. Surprisingly, solar panels primarily work best spring and autumn, because they don't work very well in heat. Who knew? Well, I do, because we bloody use them. But it's like, who knew? And the wind turbines, they just look pretty on the horizon sitting there. Anyway, the point is, that's what irks me, right? It's just a resource that is just sitting there waiting to be used. Most of the infrastructure is already built by, environmental people, and like that, like there's things of cement and stuff and weirs and all sorts. You can retrofit them and it'd be done, and it would be this consistent in the background. Anyway, I'll get off my high horse. I'm so sorry. I was getting a bit, it's quite high up there. I was getting a nosebleed. Anyway, the point is, let's find out more about this, and that's what intrigued me about doing this reading for Eddie and others who would be interested. What will the truth, is the question. Will the truth about wind farms on the Isle of Man stop it from happening for the greatest good for all concerned? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always be appreciative. So let's have a look. Judgment, truth, straight out. So the truth of the situation, there we go. So we have the truth about the wind farms and all that kind of stuff, because as Eddie is alleging, because I couldn't find reference to this, or the plans, because they haven't submitted the plans yet until early 2025. But what I could gather is like they want to cut down a forest to put them up. And the truth is out, and now they're anxious. But they still want to plant their seed of opportunity. And I'll just straight there to the light bulb on the card there. And then the full card, taking a leap of faith. This feels like another opportunity, another site, I don't know. Ace of Cups, being creative about their project, having the strength to push it through, but betrayal. Yeah. It's not quite as clean cut. I think what I'm getting here is there'll be pushback with the forest reference that you made in the comment. And they're like, all right, lads, don't worry. Well, we've got this other option, another site that it's just down the road. It'd be fine. It's absolutely fine. It'd be gorgeous. It'd be pretty. You won't even know they're there. But the betrayal here feels like they'll come back to it 5 years later or something like that. They'll kind of replan a way to still use the site. So then they'll have double the, see what I mean? High Priestess, intuition. Hermit, Tower card. The High Priestess feels like the local community. That's what I was double checking, the energy there. Hermit, reflection, that feels like the company, whomever is doing this. I've just realized there's another light bulb there. Like 2 light bulbs in the electricity generating reading. But the Tower, chaos, protest, upset, annoyance, kind of calling out the BS, that kind of thing. Overarching energy, heartbreak. This is not going to go well, though. It doesn't feel like they're going to go well. But that's interesting. The Four of Needles feels like the community. So it's the company. It's the upset, the annoyance. What I'm getting here, it's like, and the community is chilled out and relaxed because it's like we've nipped that in the bud, kind of thing. You know, it kind of falls apart reasonably quickly. I want to say kind of like at the moment as I'm doing this reading, about 18 months, 16 to 18 months. It's a bit of a slog, but it's going to get that way. It's going to be good. So now we've got the base reading done. Let's get some more cards out here and stuff like that. And if there's a certain area of the country that is doing certain things, please put them down in the comments down below as suggestions. I'm more than happy to do kind of like more regional things as well, because I think it would really benefit the village, the greatest good village that we're building here, to like check in and also learn what's going on in the other parts of the country, because it's one of my frustrations and pet peeves at the moment is that everything's categorized on websites, isn't it, and news websites, that you, like for me right now, I don't know what's going on in Newcastle. I don't know what's going on in Scotland or in Ireland or Wales, because it's all in separate categories, isn't it? We're not. It's almost as if we're being separated on purpose into our own little zones, you know. So more information about this reading, please, for the greatest good for all concerned. Thank you. Always be appreciative. Support role, interesting. Farming industry, cool. We haven't seen that card for a couple of days. Change is coming though. So it's I don't know what the farming is like on the Isle of Man. I don't know if it's just cattle or sheep, if you get me, or if there is agricultural kind of like corns and stuff. But it feels as if the solution here, that's the changes that are coming, the solution is that it's more from a farmer. This feels, and I may be completely wrong here, because like I said, I've only got the information that I got from Eddie and a little Google search from the Isle of Man Times, which really wasn't, just the usual tat, didn't really go into too much depth about what's actually going on. But all what I'm getting here is that the first base reading was all about kind of the company building the wind turbines. But actual fact, the support role here from the farming industry almost feels as if, like, I don't know if the farmers club together as like some sort of cooperative maybe, or one particular kind of farmer kind of has an idea to kind of do something similar but not as intrusive. There's something here involving they're hiding something. Compromised. Because I was getting the energy of, okay, the big boys came in, this corporation came in, whatever, came in and tried to decree that we're going to put some wind turbines up. And I was getting the energy here very strongly, like, no, it's the local farmers that, okay, look, here is an option. Instead of you doing X, Y, and Z, we work in partnership. So the farmers are obviously getting a kickback, which they need, let's be honest, right now. All farmers do. Because they're, all their subsidies are going and all that kind of stuff. So it's an alternative source of income to keep on farming and that kind of stuff. But it's not quite. consequences. There's going to be consequences from this hidden. It's not as. This feels like innocence. You know what? I've just done the. I don't know which order they're coming out, but I've just done the reading about BlackRock and Labour Party, and this is more naivety. This feels like hoodwinking, manipulated. Yes, it's like they propose something to the farmer. The farmer go, okay, fair enough. This sounds positive. This sounds this, that, and the other. This reminds me, and I know this is a slight tangent. It's going to be a slight one, right? Just follow me. It's all right. You're safe. This reminds me of a village that a friend of mine lives at, and this building company came in and they were seeking on a bit of land they purchased. They wanted to build 55 houses on this bit of land, and quite rightly, in some respects, some locals had thoughts. However, this is the sort of village that everyone's priced out. All the young people kind of, starting families are leaving kind of thing because they can't afford to live in the village. So it's just full of, I'm not having a go, but the village is going to kind of start dying off, if you get what I'm saying, because everyone's older, but like there's no kind of younger people can afford to be in the village to kind of put down roots and that kind of stuff. So there's this catch-22. So they're like, okay, we're going to build some more houses. It's like, oh, not in our back garden, like this kind of thing, right? So they kicked up a fuss, and the main objection by the locals, which is, and please take notes, please take notes, is that there was too many houses proposed on the land. They were squeezed in. They weren't of a quality that they wanted. So the building people buggered off for a bit, came back, 49 houses, which was then passed. And then the local community was then, I believe this is the way it went, were like, okay, so what are you going to do for the community then? What are you going to, are you going to invest in new roads or this, that, and the other? And the building guys went, no. At 55 houses, the threshold is 50 houses. If we went over 50 houses, then we would have to like pay for a new playground, or invest in the local community, maybe put a roundabout in so the flow of the traffic isn't so obscene to get into this new building area, all that kind of crap, right? The threshold is 50 houses, because they went into 49 and the village had kicked up so much of a fuss. They didn't have to do anything. And they haven't, what I can gather from my updates. They haven't. So the community's missed out, and they still haven't they're no better off, if you get me. They still these new houses are still being built, thankfully, which hopefully means they're more like young blood, like coming into the village and that kind of stuff. So it keeps on going. But it does mean that the village isn't going to get anything. They thought they could have their cake and eat it, kind of thing. And it's like, anyway, it just kind of got that sort of energy, that slyness about it. Oh, if we only, okay, you object at 55 houses, you're saying they're squeezed in a bit. All right, well, we'll only do 49 to get round, you know what I mean? Unknowingly, the villagers kind of like still miffed off, but they get less for causing up a stink. Do you see what I'm saying? It's that kind of energy here. The farmer feels like he's doing a good thing. It's like, okay, this could be a win-win-win scenario if we do this right. The changes are happening, but it's actually kind of bit of a hoodwink. He's misled. I know it's compromised here, but it feels like it's more kind of hoodwinked, misled kind of energy. But the consequences are done. So, yeah. I'm thinking cartoon clarity for this one, and then we'll finish off. But yeah, this is a fascinating little read here. So, what I would suggest, Eddie, is there feels like there's two-pronged kind of thing going on here, because, like I said, this leap of faith feels as if, oh, we'll go somewhere else, which is this farmer trying to do something good for the village or the community, and it's like, let's do it here, and then we don't have to worry about the forest, or we don't have to worry about this, that, and the other. Good income, but there's a hoodwink. He/she, because obviously, who knows? It's a modern farmer. It could be. Who knows? They. Oh no, we're going down in pronoun kind of territory. The farmer. There we go. Neutral. Farmer thinks they're doing a good thing, and the change is a thing, but the company then hoodwinks and goes back to the original plan later on, as it's still in their back pocket kind of scenario. Ugh, sneaky. So truth, knowledge and wisdom for this spread, please. Truth, knowledge and wisdom for this spread, please. For the greatest good for all concerned. Evidence, there we go. Proof of the situation. Indulgences of it, yeah. Sweetheart, stop. Pause on the situation. Because of the consequences. I feel like this pause, like I said, is this first sight. Go to the second site, and then it's like, hold on for a minute. You're still processing the first site. You're talking about the second site, blah, 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 and like greedy. You know what I mean? Justice, though, overarching for the the cartoon clarity deck. So balanced justice. I think it will have to go a little bit to court to get a little bit of a bitch slap. And then real estate. Nice. This feels like investing. So there is going to be some good investment in the community. There is going to be, I think this does feel quite positive. Like eventually it's going to balance out, but it's going to be one of these kind of David Goliath communities kind of thing. And the worst part about this, is a majority of people in the area are kind of like, well, we need to have some, renewable energy. We're quite a windy island. This could work out. We're kind of a little bit kind of more secure with our generation. That'd be good, and that kind of stuff. But it just feels as if, so people are kind of on board pretty much, but it's just kind of the location of it. But it feels like it's going to be spun into it's another one of not in my back garden, blah, 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 which is not the energy I'm getting here. That's why the farmer's interested in having conversations. It's like, okay, how about here? So it's not as intrusive onto the village, or it's not intrusive to the forest. It's not you see what I'm saying? That's why trying to find a compromise. But no, it's because the sweetheart card feels like people like the farmer who are, can see the writing on the wall as such and trying to find a solution. But the builders are coming across, allegedly, for legal reasons, a bit douchey. Coming across a little bit kind of sly about this. And the worst part is I've just cut the deck and profession came out, which I better leave this reading here, because this is smacking me with, oh, I'm just doing my job. I hate a job's worth. Promise we never swear on this channel, but I'm just doing my job. I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. Well, if you're so easily bought for 24, 40K a year, yeah, you're a job's worth. No morals. Oh, I'm just doing. Oh, flipping. Oh, you've used the wrong colour pen. Oh, it's not block capitals. I'm just doing my job. Oh, boy. Anyway, see what I mean? I've got to stop now. So I hope this was interesting and insightful about what's going on the Isle of Man right now. Thank you, Eddie. I hope you found this interesting as well. But we'll leave it now, shall we? Let's leave it and have a bit of fun. and a stretch and maybe another coffee. But until next time, where we do this crazy shenanigans all over again, take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And thank you for your company. I'll speak to you soon. See you later. Ta-ra.